News headlines brought to you by...
With as little as $20,000, you can start investing in real estate. JMMB Optimum Capital Real Estate Unit Trust Fund is an ideal mix of real estate stocks and...
In primetime news this evening, Hurricane Melissa death toll climbing. Good evening and welcome to this special edition of Primetime News. A special welcome also to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. I'm Janella Precious. We continue our comprehensive coverage in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. There's also sports, and Romain is actually here with a preview of the weather report and forecast. Romain?
Thanks, Janella. No, conditions are drying out across several sections of the island. However, we're still waiting on that flood water to recede. We do have some shower activity, and we did have some shower activity across sections of western parishes, and we're expecting a slight increase in the rainfall across the area. This weekend, we still are monitoring the progress of that weak frontal system expected to pass through the general area. I'll tell you more in the weather report and forecast.
Thank you so much, Romain. Now, before the break, this is what we're asking in our feedback question this evening. How are you coping mentally with the level of loss and destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa? Of course, you can share comments online, facebook.com/television Jamaica, and post on X at TVJ News Center. So please stay with us. Primetime News returns after this break.
News headlines brought to you by...
With as little as $20,000, you can start investing in real estate. JMMB Optimum Capital Real Estate Unit Trust Fund is an ideal mix of real estate stocks and more.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
How do you think dreams come true for grown-ups?
I think there's a dream princess. She gets to decide what dreams grown-ups get. Maybe land, a new house, or like a home makeover. Or a new car. You know, those things grown-ups like.
Even a light-up toothbrush?
Seems like grown-ups get exactly what they dreamed of.
Forget Santa. I'm going to send my list to her next year.
CIBC Caribbean has sweetened the season with incredible cashback deals. Plus, your approved loan gives you a chance to win up to US $5,000. Apply now at www.cibccaribbean.com/sweeten the season. Terms and conditions apply.
My name Lionel. And after a hurricane, everybody want them things lined up and them light back quick. You understand that? But power restoration is a process. First, we check the big plants and main transmission lines. If them down, nobody can get power. Then, we restore the essential places. Hospitals, water, airport and such. Next is the major community lines. The one that power hundreds of homes one time. Last, we reach the smaller lines that serve individual streets. Rushing can cause damage or hurt someone. So we follow protocol and keep it solid.
No central bank meets its inflation target all the time. But when the target is missed, the reasons should be things that the bank cannot control. You know, oil price go up, hurricane come, there's a drought. You get what I mean. In Jamaica, although BOJ work hard to achieve the inflation target of between 4 and 6% and keep price increases low, stable and predictable most of the times, sometimes temporary events can cause inflation to be higher than the target. Remember that our country depends on imports like oil, and Jamaica is prone to things like hurricane and long periods of little or no rain. Not to mention that this thing named climate change is making the weather more unpredictable. It's good that BOJ monitoring these things to try and limit their effect on inflation.
Every school is free of unhealthy, ultra-processed products. You know, those high in salt, fats, and sugar. If only that weren't a dream. The reality is that many children have an unhealthy diet at school, and 23% of them are overweight or obese. This can lead to hypertension, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Let's protect our children's right to health with a policy for schools that prevents unhealthy food marketing and ensures access to nutritious foods. The time is now. Let's implement the National School Nutrition Policy. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and partners.
Picture this. You're on a beach or in the mountains, perhaps a bar or at the salon, with the world at your fingertips. That's one spot. Multiple channels, music, drama, entertainment, news and sports, pay-per-view and video on demand. Download the app, sign up, and boom. So what are you waiting for? Now more than ever, make that connection. One spot is your Jamaican app on the go, and did I say it's free in Jamaica?
Enhance your presence. Expand your vision. Engage with your customer. Let your event take on a new dimension. Professional, competitive, multimedia Jamaica, fulfilling all your audiovisual needs. For further information on how we can help you, contact us on 876-926-1100.
Food. Drama. Verdict. 6 Caribbean countries send their best chefs to plead their case in the region's ultimate cooking showdown, Maggie Food Court Caribbean. Which Caribbean country has the best chef? Who will walk away with the $10,000 award? All rise for the Maggie Food Court Caribbean Season 5. Sundays at 8:30 p.m. Repeat on Wednesdays at 1:30 p.m. on TVJ.
Welcome to Love and Light, brought to you by JPS, celebrating the good things happening in the communities we serve.
At JPS, we bring the energy and more. We're about lighting up lives. We're about giving back. We're about spreading love to people and making spaces better than we found them. Want to know how we do that? Tune in to Love and Light every Sunday at 7:55 p.m. here on
Turn up the heat, it's Intense. The show that drops the beats and the buzz every Saturday night at 8. Exclusive interviews, the freshest videos, celebrity drama, and street style served raw and real. No filters, no fluff, just straight intensity. Miss it? We've got you. Wednesdays at 11 p.m., the vibe comes back around. Intense, not just a show, it's a whole mood, only on TVJ.
Brought to you by...
Just choose your phone and plan. It comes loaded with data, unlimited social media, YouTube, talk, and text. At Flow, loyalty pays back.
The Ray and Neville Jamaica Premier League is back at its rightful home, Television Jamaica and TVJ Sports Network. For 40 thrilling weeks, the nation's premier footballers will be on show, bringing the skill, the passion, and the goals. Don't miss the excitement. Doubleheaders every Sunday and Monday, live and exclusive in Jamaica. Matches streamed on OneSpotMedia.com, available only in Jamaica. The Ray and Neville Jamaica Premier League. 40 weeks of homegrown talent, homegrown pride, only on TVJ, TVJ Sports Network, and OneSpotMedia.com.
Join us for season 19 of All Together Sing. Catch the excitement Sundays at 9 p.m. with repeats on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m., Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturdays at 11 p.m. It's All Together Sing season 19 right here on TVJ. Don't miss it.
Get the forecast you can trust.
TVJ's Primetime Weather Report, right after the Primetime News Package. Stay one step ahead on Television Jamaica. Primetime Weather Report and Forecast, brought to you by...
Your place is the Vocational Training Development Institute, where tertiary level education and training is empowering and transforming lives.
Welcome back, and welcome also to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. Up first this evening, 19 lives lost. That's the death total from Hurricane Melissa so far. The government says assessments are ongoing and there are fears that the number could rise as rescue teams reach more communities. Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon provided an update earlier today.
The confirmed death toll from Hurricane Melissa is now at 19. 8 bodies have been recovered in St. Elizabeth, 2 in St. James, including a child, and 9 in Westmoreland. The search and rescue teams are still out there, and as I have any other numbers, I will let you know. I know this is not numbers you want to hear, but we are doing our best to get to everyone in the affected communities.
Now in Westmoreland, residents in White House are appealing for urgent help. Yannick Williams has the details.
A life uprooted. Russell Ty says he's left traumatized after Hurricane Melissa ripped through White House in Westmoreland. It's one of the areas hardest hit by Hurricane Melissa in Westmoreland Eastern.
We have no electricity, we have no water, power lines are down, we have no way to communicate. The only reason you're able to communicate with me is because I have a Starlink, and I'm one of the only people on the scheme here who has a Starlink. So people have been having to come to me to connect, to charge. The gas station is destroyed. We can't get any gas from the gas station. The police station is destroyed. The police are having to sleep outside on mattresses.
The community is not accessible as trees and other debris have blocked all major thoroughfares. He says Melissa's strong winds blew away houses, broke concrete, and flipped containers and vehicles.
There's no other way to describe this. I've never seen anything like this. This is what we see when we experience on news what other people have experienced when getting a hard hurricane. I've never seen this level of destruction, that there are no trees left. You cannot look in a direction and see green on a tree.
Mr. Tai believes the parish needs urgent attention and is disappointed by the recovery response so far.
I would say to Mr. Andrew Holness, instead of flying above us here in White House, I'm sure that he can land on the cricket strip that he has landed on before, or other persons have landed on. The JDF helicopter has been landing in front of my house many different times before. They can send help. We need help. We need gas, we need water, we need food, we need as much help as we can get.
He says any help would be accepted at this time. Yannick Williams, TVJ News.
Now a Clarendon man is dead, leaving his family and friends in shock. The man drowned in the parish on Tuesday night. But as you'll hear in this report from Dwayne Anderson, while he died during the hurricane, it's unlikely his demise will be listed among the growing death toll from Hurricane Melissa.
The police say 63-year-old Winston Kelly's death is being investigated as a case of death by misadventure. According to reports, Mr. Kelly was last seen alive drinking alcoholic beverages at 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday, around the same time Melissa was battering Clarendon and by extension the rest of the country. Hours later on Wednesday, Mr. Kelly's body was fished from the river in Tollgate. His body had no sign of injury, suggesting he met a violent death. It is theorized he drowned after he fell into a gully and was washed away by the flood waters that flowed to the river.
To be true, that hours in this storm there,
we still a wonder where I come from or where I go that. You understand? But we don't know.
His friends are devastated.
He is a good community person. You know? He's there for any and everybody. No matter the affliction with you and him.
I would say a close associate of mine from years gone by. From the first time I started to represent in politics, Popsy has always been a close supporter. It's unfortunate what took place.
Interestingly, one of Mr. Kelly's most recent pictures was taken at what appeared to be one of his favorite bars. Those who knew him says he liked to have the occasional drink, and they would not be surprised if this had a part in his demise.
As he was in the hospital more than 2 times, more than, I think about 3 times. And every time he went there, I'm the person who visit him. And that is the same thing. So most likely I thought it's the drinking and might be make a misstep.
Councillor Anthony Davis of the Yorktown Division, in the meantime, says the area around the gully in which Mr. Kelly fell needed some debushing.
A number of persons got flooded out because of it, and it needs to be clean. So hopefully we can address some of the overgrown, some of the gullies, big trees are growing in them. So it state the fact that they need to be clean.
Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
Our coverage of the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa continues right after this break.
Hi, I know you weren't expecting to see me here. Now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. It's true. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking good.
Small business owners and independent contractors get affordable insurance with Sagicor Pro Shield. The time by Sagicor Life is
7:18.
A practical tip for efficient and safe food preparation. Brought to you by
top quality meat, frozen veg, seafood and processed meats at affordable prices.
Nation's Choice, always your best value. Use the right knife. A chef's knife is versatile, while paring knives are great for smaller tasks. That was a practical tip for efficient and safe food preparation, brought to you by
top quality meat, frozen veg, seafood and processed meats at affordable prices.
Nation's Choice, always your best value.
Every school is free of unhealthy, ultra-processed products. You know, those high in salt, fats, and sugar. If only that weren't a dream. The reality is that many children have an unhealthy diet at school, and 23% of them are overweight or obese. This can lead to hypertension, heart disease, and type 2 diabetes. Let's protect our children's right to health with a policy for schools that prevents unhealthy food marketing and ensures access to nutritious foods. The time is now. Let's implement the National School Nutrition Policy. A message from the Heart Foundation of Jamaica and PART.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news. Now, some schools across the island have taken a hit from Hurricane Melissa, resulting in a major blow to the education sector. We visited the St. Elizabeth Technical High School STETS in St. Elizabeth today.
What was once a place of learning now looks like a scene of destruction. Roofs peeled away, classrooms flooded, walls caved in, and windows completely shattered. The St. Elizabeth Technical High School Stets got a battering by Hurricane Melissa. Keith Wellington is the principal.
We are devastated. We have suffered immense damage, and the more the hours go by and you take a closer look at what has transpired, the more significant the damage seems to be.
Mr. Wellington says the road to recovery will be a long one, as it may take several months before the school returns to some level of normalcy.
Even if we have all the resources that we need available, will take months, literally months, maybe 8 months, if we have all the resources available. We know that that is not the case. We do not have all the resources that are required. We are hoping that we will eventually be able to get as much support to garner all the resources, but that is also going to take time. So I would think that it is going to be anywhere between 8 to 12 months before we are back to normality.
Cottages that once housed students and staff are now left exposed.
We have at least 6 cottages that have been suffered damage. 4 of them, their entire roofs would have gone. From a school classroom perspective, we have one building that holds 9 classrooms, where that roof is gone its entirety. The grade 7 block that has 6 grade 7 classrooms that has been damaged. Our playfield grandstand, that entire roof has gone as well. We have damage to our fencing, both concrete walls, broiler tube or metal fencing, chain link fencing, significant damages right around. And obviously with the roofs being removed, we would also have suffered water damage. And that water damage would also mean that we have electrical damage. So it's really, really significant damage that we have suffered.
The principal says as the damage is being assessed, the price tag just keeps getting bigger. But a plan will be curated to accommodate the 1,700 students as best as possible.
So initially, when I had a first look, I thought that this would be probably easily over $100 million to $150 million. But as we take a closer look, you look at furniture that has been damaged and so on, you're really looking at much more than that. We'll try and get students. We actually went through this with COVID, where we had students coming in maybe 3 days per week or 4 or 5 days over a 2 weeks period. So we'll look at that, we'll revisit what we did in COVID. And obviously we have to prior the students who are at the exit level. And that's grade 11 and 6 form students. So we'll find a way to make sure that they are able to manage.
Aliyah Bryant, TVJ News.
We go to our primetime news exclusive now. We bring you the chilling story of how a family from Fullerswood, St. Elizabeth, escaped in chest-high water hurricane. As Melissa ravaged their home, the family not only lost everything, but they were pounced upon by masked robbers last night. Kalisha Williams has our story.
Me did come back alive because when my son come for work and see me have dead in the house, he flew to hospital with me.
So as you can hear, Miss Gaude's story is just one of many we've been hearing throughout St. Elizabeth. We're actually trying to get to Black River right now, but the road is still impassable. Miss Gaude, I don't even know what to say right now because I can just imagine.
God.
Talk to me about
sometimes Miss God knows. Sometimes when the mother said me, sometimes I don't say feel like it's time, so I don't scare me. I don't know. God,
oh my gosh,
I feel fed up, but God knows I feel fed up.
I'm happy you're here with us, and I'm happy you're still alive.
And me and my husband and my wife, and so we have to hug up and see, because they know, so me have the asthma now. They hug me up tight, all we ears them, I sting, then the water swell come right up here, so.
Any of the officials, you saw any of the officials in the area who could have assisted you to go to a shelter before the storm?
I don't see nobody move, me not tell
and
no
would you
lie.
have gone if you had seen somebody?
Yeah, because end up last time when one storm me passed through near Ivan, the fire truck he come for us.
And you were saying that on top of that, people also came and they were looting?
Yes, last night they had mass up themselves and we balled out and we said, Jesus Christ, when are going to do it now?
So you still have nowhere to go at this point?
We don't have nowhere to go, miss. We don't have nowhere to go. Right now, at the abandoned building we have up there, so when we put my son, so I'm going there. up here, some cement dust and something. We just a sneeze. We don't have nothing. We don't have no mattress.
No one
Not even piece of mattress.
No one passed to assist you or anything at all?
Nobody not give me nothing, miss. Me not tell no lie. We hungry, God know. Right now, my mouth is supposed to smell or something because you know so when I don't eat. You understand?
When was the last time you ate?
I tell you, say, the last time we eat about Saturday because we are afraid panic. So the last time we eat, all my son, if he get medication, then wait up in the car. Every minute we are blackout. We are blackout every minute. Because we hungry. We not even have a soul in our belly. It's sheer we. Right, that's what
where's your husband now?
I tell you, say, in kind of a wall building there, so look up there, so.
Yes, I'm seeing it.
He right up there, so right at the wall, upstairs and downstairs, business where unfinished. If I don't see him, go over there, you see him. Go over there, miss, please,
yes,
I beg you, and go over there, go see my son.
We're going to go over there and see. Well, thank you so much for speaking to us. And
my son a teacher, Gregory Clark.
I see some people coming over right now, and I'm hoping that they'll be
and
able to
my husband again, in here, Oliver Stewart. My son name Gregory Clark. Me name Nicola Godi.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Godi.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Oh, God. Thank you, please.
I'm so happy I did so. And I spoke with you.
Maybe I will come to save my life. Thank you, please.
Now in Manchester, we'll take a break now. We'll be right back.
Hi, now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking.
Chase the northern lights with your Sagicor Bank credit card. Wouldn't you like to experience the natural beauty? Use your cards right, and you could be the lucky winner of an all-inclusive cruise vacation for two along the Norwegian coast to see the northern lights. The more you spend, the closer you are to your dream adventure. Enjoy the best rewards ever. Visit Sagicor.com for more information.
Black Friday Frenzy, November 27 to 29. Don't miss out. Sign up your store today at www.bffjamaica.com.
Hi, now you can find your favorite chicken and snacks in the same place. Come on in.
Introducing the delicious combination of KFC fried chicken and Doritos nacho cheese. The KFC Doritos Zinger, a crunch that's finger-licking.
Missed this week's action? Don't worry. Sunday is your chance to catch it all. It's the Junior Schools Challenge Quiz Marathon. Back-to-back brain power, teamwork, and excitement. Sundays at 10:30 a.m. sharp, only on TVJ. Don't just watch, be a part of the challenge.
Brought to you by
The Guardian Achiever, a plan that provides for their educational dreams and protects their health and life in the process.
Credit Union, serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Monster Milk Mega Winnings Promotion. With me, only for prizes in the Monster Milk Mega Winnings Promotion. Made by Separate, must be good.
Taste the vibe. Taste the vibe. With Swizzle. Real juice flavor turned all the way up.
Behind every issue are real people, real lives, real impact. All angles goes to the heart of the story because every voice deserves to be heard. Watch All Angles Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. on TVJ.
Heart's Skills on Demand portal connects skilled professionals with employers. The time by Heart NSTA Trust is
7:30.
Welcome back. We continue our special coverage on the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. In Manchester, people across several communities are still trying to get back to some level of normalcy, but more issues are becoming apparent. Ramada Lyons was in the parish and filed this report.
It's a disaster. This is a destruction from the land, God.
A family still unable to fathom the destruction in Alligator Pond. Hurricane Beryl relegated to a toddler. The struggle on the ground. Let's look from a bird's view. These houses are still standing, but how many more systems can they take? This point used to be lined with luscious palm trees, but most of the palm trees will now be palmed by men in an effort to clear debris. They have fallen in a fight against Melissa. The sea, closer than it has ever been, and with strong winds and rain like we've seen from Melissa, it threatens to take other properties as well. Board and zinc scattered, rooftops in an unvolunteered game of hide and seek, windows smashed, concrete broken apart.
A lot of grape tree was on the beach. The sea did their way back, the boat them push up on the front part, and as you can see, not even to step, me can step off a banking now. So how it tear off.
She says she's lucky. The community went from anticipating to panicking.
Meanwhile, watching it, everybody afraid. Everybody afraid. But we still a watch. So when Mrs. said the banking is breaking more and more, well, everybody kind of get panic. Who no start pack 1, 2, or 3 bags for run with them kids. Take down some juice and biscuit and stuff where you know you can run with the baby.
Now, acceptance that it could have been worse. Many are asking why residents didn't heed evacuation warnings. Well, she says during the last system, they were at a shelter, and they were more exposed to the storm. And when they returned home, they saw minimal damage to their properties.
Well, we never saw it, but we heard that bus came to escort people to higher ground. But the last time we went and moved left our little place, well, when I tear down, you understand? So everybody was shot this time because we never experienced such a disaster like this.
Even farther from the sea, damage. The school sign symbolic of the actual school, Alligator Pond Primary and Infant, completely flooded. Not just one section, but across the entire property. Trees impeding traffic, almost at every turn. Downed poles leaving many diverting or squeezing through corners. The pre-existing conditions of some roadways making transport a lot worse. It's a team effort to clear a roadway in Spur Tree, not for themselves, but for motorists. And while his neighbors battled rain, this man battled a fire.
I was fast asleep when my wife wake me that she sensing smoke, and I said, how? And she went outside only to see from the other apartment fire. That's when I got up and went there and started to out the fire. When we couldn't get anywhere, we waited until the firefighters came and outed the fire.
This man ran as floodwaters chased him. The only thing he could save was his cow. If you could describe the damage with one word, what is that word?
He can't describe. The damage can't describe. You be a boat, man, and run for the cow and cow go up there, so, man, boy, I tell you, the first part of the rain, me down here the first part. You see the second part, me come, me that down, but me couldn't make it, man. And me that down here, man, me that down. Look at them out there, be a mud over the whole place, man. Oh, God, man, me need help, man, me need help.
Ramada Lyons, TVJ News.
Residents of Zion in Trelawny were dealt a double blow after Hurricane Melissa flattened their homes and the shelter they turned to for safety started leaking. Kimon White was in Trelawny yesterday and now reports.
What was meant to be a place of refuge quickly turned into chaos for Coral Spence after the roof of the Holland High School shelter began leaking during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. She said she and others had no choice but to keep moving from one classroom to another, trying to escape the leakage.
Everybody did a wet up in there, so we did have to leave and come to another classroom, which the same thing happened. So we have to leave from that classroom now and come to another classroom, which worse. Yeah.
What was it? How badly was it leaking?
It bad, because we have to join benches together, chairs together, if we put the pit in them to sleep on.
Ceiling materials soaked and falling onto the floor, water pooling in classrooms, and drenched desks and chairs, all a clear sign of the conditions they were exposed to Tuesday night. Another resident, Kamika Plummer, said she had to get creative just to make her children a bit more comfortable.
The ceilings were falling down. I don't know what they use in the top of the ceilings, but those cannot hold water. So as the water go on it, them soak and it just come down in the school. And over there is a very big mess over there. Even though the roofing didn't come off, but they were leaking, like rain was literally falling inside of the building.
So you were over there all night with that going on?
Yes, ma'am. So we got a tarpaulin and tie to make a second ceiling.
Florence Williams, the shelter manager, said things were manageable at first, but conditions worsened as the storm intensified.
It was okay until the storm started. So when the storm started now, then the breeze started coming in and they have to start moving from classroom to classroom. As you see, the condition now them stay right now. So it's a shelter, but maybe it's the magnitude of the storm that caused all this. When Beryl came last year, it's the center we used and it wasn't that bad.
And after the hurricane, community members returned to a devastating scene. Homes damaged and many who lived in board houses are now homeless.
I saw my neighbor house, my house, my zinc them fly off, everything. It was a disaster. We don't know where to start from just now.
I saw damage. I saw a lot of people crying and but I didn't feel that way. I'm not going to lie to you, I never feel that way. Because I have life.
Miss Williams told Radio Jamaica News on Wednesday that they are still waiting for help to arrive.
Food to the poor did contact us and ODPEM, but through this time now and the cut off of the internet, we don't get no contact with them, so we're just sitting here waiting.
Cameron White, TVJ News.
We now go back to Westmoreland now, where funeral homes are facing challenges, unable to access the bodies of individuals who died during Hurricane Melissa. Kimberly Petty has our story.
The scenes from the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa have left persons emotional, but what residents say is more traumatizing is passing the corpse of persons that died along the roadway simply because there is no means of getting it to the morgue. TVJ News spoke to this resident from Amity in the parish.
I mean, it's very sad. It's very sad. I'd expected that I would have seen a better response from the government overall. I literally haven't seen 2 police cars since. And I've driven from Amity to Savlamar, to George's Plain, to Burn Savannah. And you're not seeing anyone. There's no help. It's just the community helping the community.
The distraught resident said he would have passed some police stations that were intact.
I'm not sure. I just saw a JDF helicopter flying over Frome, so I'm not sure if that is going to land somewhere. That was like an hour ago. That's the first sign of some sort of response that I've seen. Apart from that is the residents that are trying to clear the roads, because majority of the roads are blocked by light posts.
If you were to describe in 2 words, what has happened in Westmoreland, what would those words be?
Catastrophic and chaos.
We also caught up with Member of Parliament for Eastern Westmoreland, Dr. Dayton Campbell.
Yeah, from our check so far today, the death toll has risen to 10. We have the 2 in Lennox Bigwoods, 1 in Hollyhill, 1 in Lower Darliston, 2 in Seaford Town, 1 in Hilltop area of Seaford, and 1 in Seaford Town proper. And then We have 2 in Gordon in White House, 1 in Farm, and 1 in Petersville.
Dr. Campbell said he is hoping that the JDF aircraft will remove the bodies Thursday. TVJ News is getting reports of more deaths from residents that are not among the 10 mentioned by Dr. Campbell. Kimberly Petty for TVJ News.
Commercial flights resumed out of the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston today. As Jamila Maitland explains, some travelers were left disappointed after their flights were cancelled.
Hopeful travelers flocked the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston on Thursday to finally go home.
But I had a flight today at 5, but they canceled it, so they rebooked it for tomorrow.
A director at PACL that operates the NMIA, Nicole Berger, says the facility has been opened since 7 a.m. for humanitarian aid and commercial flights.
We have a number of passengers who are here who are uncertain as to whether they have a flight, who have come trying to get a flight, trying to rebook, trying to reschedule. I've spoken to a couple of passengers today who came in from Montego Bay, unable to get internet access to try and rebook from there.
Now, the mood here at the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston is one of relief, exhaustion and frustration for those who were able to book their flights today. Unfortunately, not everyone was so lucky. They will simply have to return on Friday.
We came here minutes after 3 and we were told that all flights are booked for today, tomorrow up to the 6th. But so some way, somehow the Lord worked it out, so we got a flight for the 5th, which is before day.
For British citizen Tiggy, there is no direct flight to England, and so she has to go to France in order to go home.
We're going to Panama, from Panama to Paris, Paris to London.
Her voice cracking under the weight of the disaster that she witnessed on her drive into Kingston, she lauded the workers at the resort she was staying for their hospitality.
It's heartbreaking on so many levels. So many different people's lives have been turned upside down. People are torn. For me, the people I interacted with the most, that the hotel staff who hadn't heard back from families, given signals and stuff, were down. But their main concern was for the hotel guests. It's just like, thank you, but how are you? How are your families? Is everything okay? And somewhat you could tell that they're just having to compartmentalize and just set aside how they were feeling to just make sure they did a job well done.
For these visitors, however, the service was poor. Their flights were cancelled. Still, they say it won't be their last trip to Jamaica.
I'm actually still grateful that I'm getting to go home, period. You guys they have to live here. So this is not my reality. I get to go home. So even though it's tomorrow, I'm grateful.
Despite the experience, is something you think you'll come back?
I definitely come back to Jamaica. Now, I don't know if I'm going to come during a hurricane season, but yes. But I would say this, we also, before we came, it was a tropical storm before we actually arrived. When we arrived, then turned to a hurricane.
Yeah, we had no idea.
As for those providing service at the airport,
although there is a lot of work on us right now, but we still grateful to be here, because without the airport we don't have any bread nor any salary to get. So we are just happy, and gradually we are here. And tomorrow will be a more viable and more hectic day, but we are giving thanks, and we are here at the Norman Manley International Airport.
scarlet letter etched on her jacket, Supervisor Melissa tried breaking the ice while calming frantic travelers.
Melissa, I hear them jeering you today. Right now, your name is not the best one in Jamaica, you know?
Not the best one. I tell you, sister, for true them. And it's not done yet, you know? It's not done here, so when the other co-worker them come, they're going to slaughter me.
Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
And scores of persons were left stranded in Montego Bay, St. James Thursday after they turned up for flights at the Sangster International Airport. Dwayne Anderson has the details.
A battered Sangster International Airport. Its current state similar to almost every other property in St. James. Consequently, it remains closed. But some passengers were fed incorrect information. They turned up at the airport to find barriers and closed signs.
Policeman just say there's water inside and the computers are down and nobody can, the airport is closed. So No idea when we're gonna leave.
So we are here at the Montego Bay Airport, at Sangster International Airport, only to hear that there are no flights going out today. But you know, I mean, we understand. We understand that that's a Category 5, and we are, you know, it's about, you know, it look like there's cross communication or miscommunication.
No, I talked to my boss already, you know, and they understand because they watch the news, you know. I know they might understand, you know. I told them today I should be home today. We have to work tomorrow, but eventually the airport is closed, so there's nothing I can do. And I can't make no phone call. My phone don't work. I have no internet, you know. So I'm trying to sitting right here now.
While at the facility, we observed a small crane truck suggesting work crews were effecting repairs. Given all the debris and damage, they are in a fierce race with time to get the airport to an operational level in the next few days. But some of these passengers do not believe things will flow smoothly in the coming days, given how hard it is to access the airport in Montego Bay.
Government didn't do anything to move those trees in the way. We're supposed to have two-way road, everything coming down on one way. It's crazy. I know that the devastation is crazy, terrible, 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 but I believe that they should have crew on the road, especially to open up the way to the airport.
When contacted, officials at the airport say for now, there will be no commercial flights at the airport. All flights which were scheduled to arrive and depart from the facility have been rerouted to the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. But it's evident that the people who turned up were not aware. In addition to the structural issues, the airport is without electricity, while the central AC unit has been damaged. Dwayne Anderson, TVJ News.
And we take another break. We'll have more when we return.
Hello, I'm Sheena.
I'm Melanie.
I'm Elan. I'm Burkan.
I'm Cedron.
And I'm Anna. Join us on the last Thursday of every month at 8:30 p.m. right here on TVJ for Inflation Watch, brought to you by Bank of Jamaica. That's Inflation Watch, where we discuss the factors influencing price changes in Jamaica. Keep watching.
The earth. Plant a tree. Conserve energy. Reduce, reuse, and recycle.
The Business Day, brought to you by...
I'm glad Mommy opened a Sajikwa Bank Star Savers account for me. It's the best gift she could ever give me.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news. Jamaica received 13 flights today with relief supplies. There was also a flight from the United States with the Disaster Assistance Response Team. Anthony Lugg reports.
In the shattered quiet after Hurricane Melissa's roar, the people of western and southern Jamaica are picking through the wreckage. Residents of St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland have been trying to clear fallen trees and reconnect cut-off communities for days. Amid the heartbreak, a glimmer of hope arrived Thursday afternoon as a United States Disaster Assistance Response Team DART touched down at the Norman Manley International Airport.
The U.S. Disaster Assistance Response Team are making their way outside of the aircraft. This is a clear sign of what's to come.
You may have heard over the last few days, President Trump and Secretary Rubio expressed their strong support for Jamaica. As the minister alluded to, this is the first concrete example of that in terms of we're sending in not only aid on this plane, but also experts. You'll see 40 or 50 people come off of this plane, including Fairfax County Fire Rescue, search and rescue experts, because we're here to help the people of Jamaica recover from this devastating hurricane. And I hope to be out here all week long greeting other shipments as they come in.
Within the next few hours, convoys of U.S. and Jamaican personnel will be heading west, where some communities remain marooned. The team will work alongside the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, and the Jamaica Defense Force.
The main focus is relief clearance, which is happening here, logistical operation, relief distribution, and damage assessment. Relief distribution is the most critical part of it because we have to get food, water, medicals, and other things to the persons who are out there who are suffering.
The arrival of international assistance marks a critical moment in Jamaica's recovery effort. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz says it's the beginning of what's to come.
Tomorrow, I'm expecting 10 of the big helicopters out of the United States that are now staged in Cayman. Those are the hospital helicopters and also the big helicopters. So you're talking about, the days and weeks to come, as hard as it's going to be, with the support of the international community and our diaspora and everybody. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done.
As the team looks to begin their search and roll out relief into isolated areas, a reminder, even in disaster's wake, help can still find its way through the storm.
We thank the international community for all of their assistance. There are many more to come. And we are, as we said earlier today, the government is doing everything we can to get to the communities that have been marooned and to get food to them and critical supplies to them.
Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.
The government is now considering the erection of field hospitals to support facilities in the western region. Shamela Pullen has our story.
Black River, Savlamar, Cornwall Regional and Noel Holmes hospitals, all damaged by Hurricane Melissa on Tuesday. Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has been visiting the affected areas to assess the destruction. Some patients have had to be airlifted for treatment.
We had to airlift with the help of the JDF and the Honorable Prime Minister's coordination. 3 babies and 2 adults to the University Hospital, which took place yesterday, including 1 doctor who was injured during the storm. You would have seen the reports on Black River and St. Elizabeth generally. It's really bad. So the attempts are now being made to clear the roads from Mandeville to Black River to relocate about 71 patients that we have. The patients are fine, the staff are there, but the hospital is badly damaged, seawall gone. It's in a really bad state.
Cornwall Regional Hospital in St. James, a Type A health facility, has also suffered significant damage, though the renovation areas were spared. The hospital has lost around 100 bed spaces, displacing many patients.
The A&E roof was lifted, had to be relocated into the diagnostic center next door. Very cramped space, so it's very difficult. But there is generator capacity, so electricity and water, which is good. So they're now trying to restore the A&E, which is the Mount Salem Clinic, expanded to try and get patients back into that larger space. But as of now, they're in the diagnostic center next door, and the space is very limited.
Noel Holmes Hospital and Health Center has also endured extensive damage. Authorities are working with the government and the Jamaica Defense Force to provide support for the affected hospitals.
As I see it now, we're likely to require maybe a field hospital or 2 in a few of the areas, Black River, maybe Noel Holmes, and maybe even Cornwall. I'll see what happens at Sav. Some coordination is taking place to support those efforts, but also to quickly assess and to bring back the areas that we can bring up quickly so that we can continue to provide emergency and patient care.
Shamela Pullen, TVJ News.
To other news now, veteran broadcaster and cultural icon Barrington Seymour Gordon, better known as Barry G, the Boogeyman, has died. He was one of Jamaica's most beloved radio personalities whose golden voice, unmatched energy and signature style revolutionized afternoon radio during the 1980s and 1990s. Known for his infectious humor, quick wit and deep connection with the listeners, Barry G dominated the airwaves at JBC, Radio 1 and later RGR 94 FM, earning him the title of the Boogeyman, a name that became synonymous with radio excellence. In 2010, his remarkable contribution to media and entertainment was officially recognized when he was inducted into the Order of Distinction in the rank of Officer OD at a ceremony at King's House. Barry G's passing marks the end of an era for Jamaican broadcasting where his influence spanned decades and generations. It's now time for responses to our feedback question, and this evening we are asking, how are you coping mentally with the level of loss and destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa? Michael Brown says it's heart-wrenching to say the least, just give God thanks for life. Patrice says traumatized, grateful for life nonetheless. Rob Tafari Black says mentally devastated. Again, we're asking, how are you coping mentally with the level of loss and destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa? You can keep those comments coming. Facebook.com/Television Jamaica and on X at TVJ News Center. The Business Day and news from overseas are after the break, so please stay with us.
Wendy's Bacon Fest, Bacon Fest. Everything better with bacon, there is no contest. It's a Bacon Fest at Wendy's. Bite into a delicious Wendy's Baconator today, because everything tastes better with bacon. Run, get your Baconator. Only at Wendy's.
Since 1950, you've turned to us for the stories that matter, the headlines that shaped the nation, and the moments that brought us together. For 75 years, your trust has been our greatest privilege. You've welcomed us into your homes, your cars, and your lives. As Radio Jamaica celebrates another milestone, we do so with a renewed sense of purpose and commitment to serving you, the Jamaican people. We remain active for the good of our nation. Salute to #BossRadio, Jamaica's heartbeat, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Radio Jamaica 94 FM, celebrating 75 remarkable years of connecting generations, preserving legacies.
The Business Day, brought to you by...
I'm glad Mommy opened a Sajikwa Bankstar savings account for me. It's the best gift she could ever give me.
Time now for the Business Day. Finance Minister Favour Williams says she's expected to brief Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness about the catastrophic bond today. Jamaica's CAT bond was arranged by the World Bank and is designed as the ultimate insurance to help provide funds to pay the worst of the worst weather events.
It was only this morning that I got word from our financial secretary, but I wish to take that word to Cabinet for discussion before we talk about it publicly in the press. Additionally, we do have loans, contingent loans from our international partners. And so from the IDB, we also have a contingent credit facility of US $285 million. So you can see if the layers are exhausted, you can see how we can, continue to the next layer.
The minister, who was speaking at a special press briefing at Jamaica House this morning, says the government is exploring all available options. She listed a suite of other funds that are available to the country.
Layer that we can immediately call on is the contingencies fund with $5.3 billion. Then we have the National Natural Disaster Reserve Fund with $1 billion. There are some conditions that apply, and we'll work through those. Layered on top of that are different insurance policies, and we do have 2 insurance policies with the Caribbean Catastrophe Insurance Facility, otherwise called CRIF, C-C-R-I-F. And the coverage there for tropical cyclone is US $91.6 million. And for excess rainfall, the coverage is US $37.3 million, of course. Those are also parametric insurance, meaning preset conditions. And those will be calibrated, and we will get information as to whether or not there would be a payout from that insurance.
And Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon told us late this afternoon that the government has actually triggered the CAT bond. And the government has waived the container storage fee at the ports until Sunday, November 2. It comes amidst the temporary closure of the facilities in preparation for the hurricane, as well as the subsequent recovery efforts there.
The Port Authority of Jamaica and the public wharves, KFTL, KWL, and port handlers will waive storage charges on containers for the period that the terminals were closed until the 2nd of November 2025.
Petrojam has resumed nationwide fuel deliveries, a critical move aimed at stabilizing Jamaica's energy supply chain following the recent hurricane. The reopening of Petrojam's Kingston Industrial Loading Rack marks a major step in restoring fuel distribution across the island. Now, since early Thursday, tankers have been dispatched with supplies of 87 and 90 octane gasoline and ultra-low sulfur diesel. General Manager Roy Morgan says the company's response is vital to supporting commercial operations and rebuilding efforts. He credited Petrojam's team for working around the clock to resume deliveries safely and efficiently. Petrojam is also supplying aviation fuel to international airports and aerodromes as air traffic resumes. Meanwhile, its Montego Bay facility is undergoing final inspections before reopening. With the port of Kingston now reopened, Petrojam says it's preparing to receive shipments of crude oil and refined products to restart its refining operations and supply both domestic and regional markets. Petrojam says Jamaica's fuel reserves remain at a comfortable 2 to 3 weeks of consumption, with additional shipments already en route. The company holds over US $200 million in national fuel reserves, reinforcing its role as a cornerstone of Jamaica's energy security. And that's the business day. When we come back, international stories.
We're going Jamaica. May the Spirit of God bless all of you. If you need our help, we are here to help each one of you.
I don't have any form of cancer spreading anywhere in my body. No trace of cancer in my body.
Let me see. Very well.
The Stop Suffering program aired Saturday, Sunday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at 5 a.m. here on TVJ.
Turn your big-ticket credit card purchases into flexible, bite-sized monthly payments at a lower interest rate with Scotia Select Pay.
The time by Scotiabank is
8:03. The Business Day, brought to you by...
I'm glad Mommy opened a Sagicua Bank Star Savers account for me. It's the best gift she could ever give me.
To news overseas now, a photographer who witnessed the aftermath of a massive Brazilian police operation in Rio de Janeiro has told the media of how residents came back with mutilated bodies of those who had died. He said the bodies just kept coming and that they included those of police officers. He also revealed one of the bodies had been decapitated and that others were totally disfigured. Many also had what he says were stab wounds. More than 120 people were killed during Tuesday's raid on a criminal gang, the deadliest such raid in the city. And the primetime news package continues with sports after this break.
SEARCH. Workers in the carry. Ugh.
Tired of that ordinary search bar? Get ready for an exhilarating journey with captivating stories dating all the way back to 1834. Use the Gleaner Archive's unique perspectives to make your next project ignite your passions like never before. Find us at gleanerarchives.com. Your adventure starts now.
Faith that moves mountains. Mountain moving faith. Tune into the Mountain Movers program with Pastor Michael Carter every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. right here on TVJ. Brought to you by the Celebration Church, located at Lot 1E Portmore Skating Rink, behind the Portmore Mall. Telephone 876-467-1527. Join us for the Mountain Movers program, Saturdays on TVJ.
Missed this week's action? Don't worry. Sunday is your chance to catch it all. It's the Junior Schools Challenge Quiz Marathon. Back-to-back brain power, teamwork, and excitement. Sundays at 10:30 a.m. sharp, only on TVJ. Don't just watch, be a part of the challenge.
Brought to you by
The Guardian Achiever, a plan that provides for their educational dreams and protects their health and life in the process.
Credit Union, serving our members, impacting lives positively.
Monster Milk Mega Winnings Promotion. With me, only for prizes in the Monster Milk Mega Winnings Promotion. Made by Separate, must be good.
Taste the vibe. Taste the vibe. With Swizzle. Real juice flavor turned all the way up.
Tune in every Sunday morning at 6 a.m. with the Reverend Dr. Otis Manning for Divine Encounter.
It came with a walking stick, but there is a God of miracle. Check your stomach. Yes. You are cancer. I'm here prophesying that Jamaica is about to know the Jesus that we serve.
Divine Encounter. Every Sunday at 6 a.m. You don't want to.
Coming up in Primetime Sports Thursday. Minimal damage at Caymanas Park following Hurricane Melissa, but live racing has been postponed. And West Indies seeking clean sweep of T20 International Series against Bangladesh on Friday.
Good evening. I am Jermaine Brown, and the details of these and more when we return.
Welcome to Love and Light, brought to you by JPS, celebrating the good things happening in the communities we serve.
At JPS, we bring the energy and more. We're about lighting up lives. We're about giving back. We're about spreading love to people and making spaces better than we found them. Want to know how we do that? Tune in to Love and Light every Sunday at 7:55 p.m. here.
And welcome back. As the damage from Hurricane Melissa continues to unfold in western Jamaica, there is an urgent cry for help from Treasure Beach FC in St. Elizabeth, as there is a feeling of hopelessness following the passage of Melissa on Tuesday.